What's up, guys? So I'm back. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of different stuff. Not really. We're going to be talking about the same thing, but in a lot of different ways. But let's just get right to it. In the We're Cook series, we're past like 50 episodes now. Thank God. But honestly, the more I do these episodes, the more pragmatic I become about America's governance as a whole. But I do become more optimistic about the people in general because of the comments that I get and the people that slide up, whether on YouTube or TikTok, and they tell me their thoughts and how a lot of people are basically thinking the same stuff. Then obviously you have a couple of annoying people here and there that are just brainwashed and not brainwashed to the type of propaganda that I adhere to. But yeah, it is what it is. But we're gonna be talking about Venezuela and all that stuff that happened over the weekend. Look, man, honestly, I don't really have an opinion per se. I mean, so I'm low key all for American imperialism in general. My problem always with American imperialism is that whenever we do go into a country, we always tend to mess it up on purpose. You know what I mean? Like we always appoint some person who obviously shouldn't be there, just like how it is in Venezuela right now. The new lady obviously shouldn't be there. Her priorities obviously aren't the greatest in mind. But we always appoint someone who shouldn't be there, and then the country either always goes into a massive civil war, like Iraq, for example. When we went in, we toppled the country in like 100 hours, and then we appointed people that literally caused an 8-year civil war. You know what I mean? And then caused like the ripple effects later on for a bunch of terrorist organizations to spring up because of the inability to consolidate power. Same thing with Libya. It went from being the greatest standard of safety of living in Africa to like having like open slave markets now. Same thing in a bunch of West African nations. Same thing, like this is literally the MO in a bunch of for example, in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, when we started doing shenanigans in South America, like we always do, but that was like about where we did like 4 or 5 topples. For example, in Chile, when we put in a dramatic government that basically just massacred hundreds of thousands of people. And then the famous one is Argentina. That's the one everyone knows because of the Pope Francis stuff. But when you had the junta get established post the overthrow of the Argentinian government by the CIA, and they basically just went after the clergy, the educational class, all that type of stuff. But look, we'll see how it goes. So far, not looking the brightest. This new lady is obviously a clear psyop. You know what I mean? And these slip ups on Fox News with some of these commentators, uh, instead of saying America, they're saying other countries, bro. It's a bit concerning. But we'll see. And then I'm gonna post up another video after this because I want to keep these under 3 minutes that continues to expand on this. But this is gonna be part one.